Hello?
Hi, is this Mr. Waters?
Yes, this is.
Mr. Waters, this is Dan Hamry with the Travis County Attorney's Office returning your call from earlier today.
Okay.
How can I help you out?
I was just wanting to know a couple of things. I was wanting to know when I was going to be able to speak with the prosecutors.
All right, well, when's your court dates next? Do you know that?
Yeah, it's the 6th of this next month coming up, and we're going on a
Okay.
little over a year. It's one misdemeanor. The judge dismissed my attorneys, and kind of on unethical reasons, and as far as the code book says. And actually, my last attorney, he said that I was too smart, believe it or
Oh,
not.
gosh.
And he actually dismissed my attorney. And, when I was at arraignment, they didn't say anything about being smart. They said, "Do you need an attorney?" And I said, "Yes." And they said, "Why?" And I said, "Because I can't afford one." So I
Sure.
believe the judge or not accidentally, I think he maliciously dismissed my attorney because I filed a complaint against him. I filed with the
Well,
Judicial Ethics, Committee, and I just believe he's doing a bunch of things wrong. And I believe David Escamilla is not listening to me about what happened. I mean, I had filed complaints against the uh, the Josh Ray guy months and months before he had even filed charges because he was threatening my mother in Colorado with violence with
hold on.
violence.
I don't know anything about the facts of the case. Let me just start with, I'm just responding to your call. I will have the prosecutor that's going to handle your case meet you in court on the 6th, and it's Court A, Judge Barrera's court, is that right?
Yes, it is. It's Carlos Barrera.
Okay, so we're going to assign this to Jason Steens. You show up to your court date, and then ask for Mr. Steens, and we'll have him talk to you in court about the case.
Yeah, because the last time I was there, which was I think 4/6/16, when the judge said, "I think you need to sign a waiver of attorney," and I said no because the judge had ordered me to see a psychiatric doctor. So how can he get rid of my attorney while he's ordering me to see a shrink? And then on top of that, turns around and says, "You're smart. I'm taking your attorney from you. Hire one or I'll put you in jail." I said, "Well, I don't want to go to jail." I said, "So what are the options?"
And you fired your attorney?
No. He let my attorney quit on. He let my attorney quit on me because my attorney had emailed me and told me, "Hey, I'm going to file for a dismissal on freedom of speech." Well, when our court date came up, I said, "Are you going to file?" And my attorney said, "No, I'm not going to file. We're just going to go to trial." And I said, "Come on, file." So we got in an argument over that, and the judge said that was grounds for him to quit, so he dismissed him. And then told me he was going to send me to jail if I didn't hire an attorney. And that's when I told him arraignment court gave me an attorney because I couldn't afford one, not because I was too smart.
Okay, well, here's the deal. I represent the state, so I can't advise you on anything, but
Yeah, I know
all
you
I can
can't,
do is,
but I'm
no, but just,
informing
I'm
you
just
about
saying,
I'm informing you about laws and statutes and codes that are being broken in order to cover up a theft of medical funds from me, and using a state trooper as a hitman, and then using a courtroom to obstruct justice and turn around and not even look at my complaint. This guy threatened my family members and intimidated witnesses to a theft by two civil attorneys, Joe Flores and Lizzie Santiago. You can't cover up a crime. And the indictment says I was in Austin. I don't live in Austin. I never was in Austin. I was in Dallas blogging.
these are
That's a
all
juris.
things that you need to be able to talk to the court about, or to your attorney should he appoint another one.
Well,
But
the judge said he would put me in jail. So
well,
he
you
made.
do
So
have to
he's.
show up to your next
I
setting.
already know that. I already know that. I've been showing up. I've been flying down there, Southwest. I've got.
And we will show up in court on that date, and I'll have Jason be the guy that handles the case for us. And if he's not there, I'll make sure somebody else handles it.
Why can't I talk to him before court?
Because that's where we talk to people that are pro se or unrepresented. We'll talk to you in court that day.
This is very disgusting and it's bizarre looking. And it looks, people are saying you guys are bullying me, that this has nothing to do with justice.
You have to show up to court that day. Why? Why wouldn't we just meet and talk in court?
Why can't we just talk over the phone?
That's where we typically do it.
Is over the phone?
No, is in court.
In the courtroom.
Yep.
I just wish that you guys would not be trying to break the law so much to get to me, because I filed complaints. And because I said that you guys were the state was trying to drive me to the brink. And I never did threaten anybody. There's
Sir,
nowhere.
All you've asked me to do is put you in touch with the guy that's handling your case.
I need to speak. I know, but I need to speak with prosecuting attorneys. I don't have time for middlemen messengers. And you said you were part of the prosecuting team.
Yeah, we are the prosecutors.
Well, you should, have information. I'm the guy who's being screwed over. And at this point, you don't need to be such a
defendant in this case.
I know you shouldn't be a monster. The judge forced me illegally to sign a waiver, so I don't have an attorney, because you guys don't have a case against me. And you fabricated and doctored a bunch of documents to make it look like I said something I didn't, and then fabricated a crime scene and tried to put me in Austin, as the indictment says, when I was in Dallas.
We'll talk about this.
It's not about calming down, it's about justice and evidence.
Yes, and we'll talk about it on the
You're trying to screw me out of my life. Of course I'm upset. Of course I'm upset.
Meet with you and talk to you about the facts of your case on that day. Is that okay?
You're trying to illegally take my life from me because you're trying to cover a theft of medical funds and then use a state trooper as a hitman.
I'm not trying to do any such thing. All I'm trying to do is talk to you about meeting you in court on the day you're set.
You said you're a part of the prosecuting team. And then they took my attorneys from me because I said file a motion? That's illegal, man. I have a right to due process. Due process.
Hiring an attorney, or
I can't. Why do you think arraignment court gave me an attorney? I already told you I can't afford one.
Then ask the court on the 6th to reinstate attorney, or a different one, or the same one, or whatever.
I did. I asked Carlos Barrera to reinstate or give me a new attorney, and he says, you're going to hire one or you're going to go pro se or I'll put you in jail. I said, well, I can't afford one. That's why the arraignment court gave me one. This is a highly illegal court situation going on. You guys are obstructing justice, and you're actually committing crimes in a courtroom, a U.S. courtroom.
It was the judge that did that.
It is. You know what? I've told the prosecuting team. I've tried to talk to David Escamilla. Matter of fact, his team threw me off when the judge did tell me, you know what? You're going to sign this waiver, or you're going to jail for not hiring an attorney, and you're going to talk to the prosecuting team.
Right now, so I work for David, and I'm calling you, and I'm telling you we'll talk to you about your case.
Well, when they told me to go to Jason Steen's, I went across the street. I was met by a cop, some kind of sergeant. His name is Anthony Valderas or something like that. And he tried to talk to me about my case. Oh my God, do you know how weak that makes the prosecution look and how cowardly? Do you guys think you're dealing with a chimp? I stood up from all fours a long time ago. And you're not...
meet in court on the 6th, and we'll talk then. That's all I'm going to tell you at this point. We're going to meet on the 6th in court, and we'll talk about your case then. Okay?
Well, you know what? We're supposed to be going to trial because the judge asked me, what do you want to do? I said, well, you're not giving me a choice. I said, do we go to trial? And he goes, trial it is. I said, well, give me a trial by my peers. And he said, granted. So I'm assuming the next case or the next visit is the trial. And that's another thing. I haven't been given an opportunity to ask for witnesses, to subpoena anybody, to get any evidence. I haven't been offered anything. It makes you guys look really bad, man.
Well, at this point, I think the best thing for us to do is both show up on the 6th, and we'll talk then. We'll talk to the judge, and we'll see if he's going to assign somebody else to your case or not, and we'll know where we stand then. In the meantime, I'll brief Jason about our conversation, and if you'll either see us in court or hear from us before then, okay?
This looks really bad on you guys, and I can't believe that the prosecution and this judge are after me. But, there's money involved. I'm claiming somebody stole money from me. Another person's claiming I just woke up.
I'm done talking to you right now. We're gonna meet with you on the 6th, which is your court date. Or if you get an attorney in the meantime, have him contact us.
And I'm thinking about filing a malicious prosecution. This is ridiculous.
That's your right if you choose to do so, sir. Let's just go ahead and plan on meeting on the 6th. Show up to court. Make sure you show up to court.
I've been showing up to court for over a year now. What's the problem?
I don't know what to tell you. I will.
I bet you don't. I bet you don't know what to tell me. I've been showing up flying down there from Dallas. And the indictment also says I was in Austin, and I wasn't.
All right, so can we just agree that
You guys are breaking the law to try to get to me?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
You're breaking rules. You can't take my attorney from me. And David has to talk to me. The prosecution can't be sending me across the street to talk to peace officers about my case when I'm supposed to be talking to Jason Steins or Steens or whatever his name is.
Yeah, and he'll talk to you on the 6th. We'll sit down.
You know what you guys need to do? You need to dismiss it, and you need to fax me the dismissal papers. You don't want to embarrass yourself.
All right, I appreciate your time, sir. We'll talk to you on the 6th.
Have Jason or David dismiss it. You don't want to embarrass yourselves. This will be a humiliation to your city and your county.
Okay. You have a good day, sir. We'll see you on the 6th.
Yeah, thanks.